Insult is the last resort of an insecure person trying to appear confident. Coming up. A political analyst, Prince Mashele, in a recent interview with Biz News TV podcast, has insulted Papa Penny, calling him idiot because of his lack of education, and that he shouldn't be leading anyone, let alone being in parliament making laws for educated people.
We need a meritocratic political culture. You see, there's a guy called Penny Penny in parliament. The guy has not been to school, but he happens to be Shangaan, by the way, so he's from my group. The guy has never seen a classroom in his life. He is a member of parliament making laws for me. I have a master's degree. How could an idiot? I mean, let's be honest. I'm not aware of any country in the world that has turned itself from a backward country into a first world that is led by someone who has not been to school. How do you have someone in parliament who has not been to school? It doesn't matter black and white. There must be no one who has not been to school in our parliament. This is critical.
Guys, I found this statement by Prince Mashele as very infuriating and very insulting. In actual fact, I see him as a worse idiot. For him to mention Papa Penny's name only in the midst of white people and not mention people like John Steenhuisen, who is not educated either. I don't know about you guys, but it's clear to me that he wanted to look good, smart, educated, and intelligent to white people at the expense of another fellow black man. Wow, how sad that is. As good as his point might be, but there was no need for him to make his point by debasing and degrading and pushing down another black man and not mention white people who are equally uneducated. I found that very demeaning, done by somebody who claims to be educated. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean that people should ascend the position of power without education. Definitely, there must be meritocracy. People must be there deservedly so, because there are policies in there that need to be passed, and these people must be able to read those policies. Okay, so definitely the people who are supposed to represent us in parliament must be the best amongst us. But you cannot drive such a good point like that by disrespecting, demeaning, and degrading other person, especially in a platform like that one. Because what Prince Mashele was doing there, you can tell he was very disrespectful, and you can tell that the guy was just playing in the gallery. He was grandstanding, and he was among the whites, and they were clapping. So he felt like, you know what, yeah, I'm intelligent now, but at the expense of another person. That's what I'm against.
Prince Mashele, the Judas Iscariot, loyi u dyaku timali ta vanhu lava ku xavaku, u famba u sola vanhu lava ka va nga ngi xikolweni. Wena u dyondze xilungu, mina ni vulavula Xitsonga xichangani xa ka hina. U na yini xo tlula mina jaha? U ngo haza loko u vulavula. Lexi va nga ku tholela xona ku u famba u lwa na vanhu u nga swi tivi ku lwela yini. Vusiwana byi ta ku vavisa. U kuma ku ri xikolo xi nga ya xona vatswari wa wena a vo yo yiva, a ku ri ti-corrupt na vuloyi. Mina a ni na lexi xi ntsandaku. Lexi tsandzaku wena a wu xi tivi ririmi ra ka n'wina, u tolovele xilungu xa nonsense.
This is the same guy, by the way, who lied about having paid Herman Mashaba's book, and only to find that there is no such. Mashaba have paid for his book. You see, people like Prince Mashele, he likes to portray himself as something at the expense of other people. He wants to look good and look educated and as somebody who have money at the expense of another black man. He lied about Herman Mashaba's book and he was exposed. You remember this?
Very extensive piece of work. I mean, did the publisher simply pay you to do it, or did you have to raise funds to do this?
No, look, this is not the first book I've written, by the way. I believe it or not, I fund my own books. How do I fund my own books? I'm a consultant. I work.
Yeah.
So I raise money to do intellectual work. This book was funded like that. I funded my own project.
So Mashele was not involved in the fundraising?
No, Mashele was not involved in the funding of the book. I funded the book myself.
All right. So you say there Mashele was not involved. Well, Mashele has now said through ASA that he was involved and he did pay you. So I have to ask, why did you lie?
Okay, let me start here. So what JJ said about the book is correct. He has read it and he has written on the front page of the book that this is an extensive book and it contains important information.
Let's focus on the question.
No, I'm going to answer it.
Just why did you lie? Because you did lie.
Let me explain.
Did you lie?
No, let me explain. My answer.
It's an easy one. You can say, you know what, I told JJ Mashele was not involved in the funding, but actually he was, or Mashele's still lying. It's.
Can I answer?
You can answer.
Okay, excellent. When I spoke to JJ, I was under legal obligation not to reveal that Mashele was part of the funding of the project.
Who put that legal obligation on you?
It's a contract
With
that
who?
I signed.
Who told you to keep quiet about it?
No, it's a contract I signed with Mashele.
Okay.
It has a non-disclosure regime.
Why were you bound not to talk about the money?
Because I signed the contract.
But why did you sign the contract saying there's no money involved?
This contract was signed in 2019, right?
Okay. But you see, you're still not answering my first question or now my second one. I don't understand why you then had to lie. Because you could have said, JJ, I can't answer that. That's all you had to do. Why didn't you do that?
Contracts have non-disclosure regimes.
Yes, but they don't tell you have to lie because you are ultimately held to account for your own words. You can say, JJ, with respect, no comment. Instead, you told JJ a lie, didn't you?
Well, maybe I should have said no comment, but I'm telling you why I said that, what I said.
So, okay, so let me just, you're explaining why you felt compelled to lie.
I had to protect myself legally because I had signed a non-disclosure agreement.
But you didn't have to lie.
But Sally, I've answered you.
But you didn't have to lie.
So what must I say more?
You should say, no, I didn't have to lie. I got it wrong. I'm sorry. It's that simple, actually.
Well, if I have to apologize for what I have said, I apologize.
Do you apologize for lying?
I apologize for not revealing that I was under legal obligation.
It's amazing how people could lie and cheat their way up to the position of prominence and power at the expense of another fellow black man. And to people like Prince Mashele, I'm saying, you guys, as you go up in life, the people whose toes you are trampling upon, the people whose head you are trampling upon, you must be careful of those people, because on your way down, you will meet them. What do you think? Let me hear your comment below. And of course, if you are coming for the first time, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.